All right, welcome back now to the second Goatless Goat deck format that I was working with. So the last one was the Zombie Madness, and I don't know if this one was called like Stamping Destruction or whatever, but anyway, so the last one was Zombies, right? The Zombie Structure deck, the first one we got, and then the other that went along with it was a Dragon one. However, sadly, sorry guys, I didn't go with the Red Eyes Darkness Dragon. As cool as it looks, right? Because the reason I made this deck was because of this bad boy here, Iron Dragon. I love that dragon, this dragon right here. Okay. I love this dragon, it is amazing. I always want to use it, but it's not, as far as I know, I don't think there's like that much support or any support for this dragon. So it's like instead of using Red Eyes, I went with my favorite dragon of that era, which is this one, Iron Dragon. Also, as you can see, I didn't just build the decks because they had structured decks, I also built them around cards that, you know, like the last one was Vampire Lord. The reason I made that zombie deck was specifically for Vampire Lord. So I specifically made this deck for Tyrant Dragon. So with that being said, let's begin. So here we have 3 copies of Tyrant Dragon because I really want to summon him. So it's not, the deck is not doesn't fully revolve around Tyrant Dragon. But you know, I just have it. I just have to have it. I love that dragon. All right, so now to make this, now you're seeing why there's a fusion card here. So the next card would be the Fusilier Dragon, the dual mode beast. 3 copies of this, so we can summon our King Dragoon, so we can easily summon the other dragons. And then lastly for our tribute summons, which by the way, this one can be normal summon if you guys don't know, right? Because I say that because it's a pretty old card. It can be normal summon by halving the attack and the defense, but you mainly want to use it for, you know, King Dragoon. Oop, there we go. Focus. All right. Now the last tribute monster is Armed Dragon. The reason I have this here is because it has a very nice effect of if you have too many dragons, right, in your hand and you have this on the field, there's something stronger on the field, you can just discard it and you destroy those monsters. So pretty handy dragon to have. It's really good. I couldn't do it. I wanted to push it on Armed Dragon level 7 because I think if he looks so cool, but you know, the reason for this deck is for the Tyrant Dragon, so I went with that. Now for the level 4 monsters, we have 3 Luster Dragons, right? 1, 2, 3 Luster Dragons. Then we also, to keep up with the 1900 beater dragons, we have Spear Dragon, 2, 3, right? I think the issue with this card, but I love it, so I want to keep it here. I think the issue with this card is that it could only summon itself. However, I have some cards here that it can summon, but with this 40 card deck, it can only summon itself. So this is more of a stall card. And to shovel the deck, so we have 3. Yeah, if it was with the Red Eyes, again, I'm also showing this because you guys can make your own decks to play with your friends. If you do run it with like Red Eyes to get Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, then it's a perfect card to bring out the Red Eyes chick from that deck. Alright, so we continue. And then lastly, 2 Mirage Dragons. So those are our 20 monsters. So now for our draw power, we have Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed. Then for our board wipe, we have Lightning Vortex, Heavy Storm, Snatch Steel, Premature Burial. Those are our 6 like staple cards, right? Now for the 6 magic cards that are unique to this deck would be Stamping Destruction, 3 copies. I always wanted to use this card. And then lastly, oh, give me a sec. And then lastly, we have the reason that we can get this card out is Metamorphosis. I love pulling out this trick. That's a really good card to use it on, you know, to fusion for the dragons. I'll never forget the first time I had to face this guy because, you know, we were just kids, right? It's not like I was a tournament kid. No, I was literally like in school and stuff. So I went to a friend's house and one of his friends built a Blue Eyes deck. And I'm like, that's so strange. I never heard of that. And when I saw it, we could have beat him the entire night. It was just like Kaiba. He must have been rich, right? Because he had like Kaiba Man, the Blue Eyes. But the one that always kept messing with us was this guy because we just didn't have the magic cards and trap cards to take him down. Yeah, alright, so now for the trap cards, we have Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Parental Tribute, Magic Cylinder, Ceasefire, Call the Hunted, and then Magic Jammer and 7 Tools. Now, I will say that the zombie deck kind of steamrolls this deck. The special summoning in that deck is ridiculous. But I wanted to make a deck with Tyrant Dragon, but I wanted it to be a pure dragon deck. So see what my dilemma is. So I kept it like that. But don't worry, there's other decks that could be pretty annoying too that I haven't tested yet. So now let's go with the side deck. So cards that can be summoned by Mass Dragon. That's why I had to add at least one copy of Elemental Dragon. This card's actually very good. But yeah, I only went with one, sadly. And this monster that can be summoned is Three-Headed Behemoth. And now this is the odd part. So I run 3 Dragon Dwelling in the Cave, because I was between putting more Elemental Dragons. But the reason I went with this card is because the freaking zombie deck. If you destroy a Pyramid Turtle, or if you have Call the Mummy, you can special summon a Vampire Lord immediately, and he's got 2,000 attack points. So just to block Vampire Lord, I went with 3 copies of Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. Alright, so now for the magic cards. As you're seeing, the magic and trap cards can be similar, just so it could be as balanced as possible. So we have Delinquent Duo, Mystical Space Typhoon, Future Swap, Noble Miller Crossout, Book of Moon, Sacred Armor, Westport Ruins, Phoenix Wind Blast, Agaki Break, Noble Sword, and Liberation Rest. Oh, I did not show the sleeves I went with. So these red sleeves, right? So Tyrant Dragon, Fire, red sleeves, I had to. Yeah. And just to end the video, put Tyrant Dragon here. Well, I don't have like a super rare dragon in the side deck, but there, voila, Elemental Dragon. So that's it for my Goatless Dragon Goat deck or whatever. So we'll see you on the next one.